Vayashal. Amayim, Wapanya Hakwadam. Means rise and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, and then in the English. Abinah, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malach Waka, Zaba'ah, Tazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanau, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak Lanau, Kabawak Lanau, Kasalak Lanau, Kabawak Lanau, Wala'ah, Babiyah now, Banasayawan, Abal, Habashai now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'Allah, Wahatapa Ra, La'ai Walamyam, Aman. And then the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven, Give us this day, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. This is Hakak, the power in Hebrew, then in the English. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Babakashah, Nathan Lanau, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kamaka'Allah, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakuyim, Hamakyim, Hakak, Araka'awah, Hatama'Allah, Lagarashan, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, the water, Aman. And in the English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you. So be it. This is Psalm 121 in the Hebrew first. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharim, Ma'ayan, Yama'ah, Azariah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Waba'ah, Yayashun, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Ayat, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makalra, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wa'aka, Wa'atha, Wa'ai, Wa'alam, Aman. And then in English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee. He that keepeth thee. Will not slumber. Will not slumber. Behold. Behold. He that keepeth Israel. He that keepeth Israel. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. Shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. And thy coming in. From this time forth. From this time forth. Even forevermore. Even forevermore. So be it. So be it. The Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Alahayim. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Sakarash. Al-Sakarash. Al-Sashakwat. Al-Sashakwat. Al. Kayahana. Kayahana. Ayawayabyaka. Ayawayabyaka. Yahana Yawan. Yahana Yawan. Wamashanayaka. Wamashanayaka. Nasha'awa. Nasha'awa. Wa'arash. Salaki. Ra'ash. 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 Al-Makah. Al-Makah. Ya'arayam Yawat. Ya'arayam Yawat. Ya'arayam Yawat. So what? So what? Wa'yatayatazawa. Wa'yatayatazawa. Al-Tazapo one Yayika. Al-Tazapo one Yayika. Amarwa. Amarwa. Lakawa. Lakawa. Wanakayak. Kayakyum. Wanakayakyum. Magalia. Magalia. Wala'ah. Wala'ah. Yazakar. Yazakar. Sham Yasha'ala. Sham Yasha'ala. Awad. Awad. Kaya. Kaya. No Atazayawa. No Atazawa. No Atazawa. La. La. Yakadwa. Yakadwa. Al Yakad. Al Yakad. Rayat. Rayat. Yakarath Yawa. Yakarath Yawa. Aholia. Aholia. Adawam. Adawam. Washamayala Yom. Washamayala Yom. Washamayala Yom. Mawa Abba. Mawa Abba. Wahagari. Gabal. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Palashat. Anyashabya. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Amam. Hayawa. Zarawat. Labanya. Labanya Lawat. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamayan. Kasa Yasara. Kayayam. Bainakal. Kwayashwan. Nashamadwa. Ba'ayan Da'ara. Ayawa. Daman. La'adama. Shayafimwa. Nadiyatmawa. Ka'ira. Wakasa'aba. Wakazabak. Wakazazomana. Konasayamika. Konasayatkamwa. Koinayisakamwa. Ashar. Amarwa. Narash. Nayarashya. Lanawa. Na'awaf. Alahayim. Ayahayim. Shayatamwa. Kagagalka. Kagagogala. Kagwash. Lapanyaraka. Ka'ash. Taba'ira. Ya'ira. Rakalapadwa. Salahat. Haryam. Khan. Thoradatma. Basairika. Rabasawapaka. Thabaholium. Mala'ah. Panyaham. Palawan. Wayakwashwa. Shamka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Wayabahowa. Ayai. Wayakaparwa. Wayabadwa. Wayaiwa. Kaya. Asa. Shaka. Lahawa. Labaka. Ayawan. Al-Qal, Ha'arataza, Amon. And then the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
They
have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off. From being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gebal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as unto Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zaed. Yea, all their princes as Zabah and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power, let them make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burns the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Amen. So big.
Blessings for the power structure in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Wayahweh Shah. Wamayaka
Alahayim. Tazam Yah. Alawak Yahanam. Alawakim. Hasaranyim. Hakotazayanyim. Hakayoyolim.
Yahweh.
Hashem Yahshua.
The water among. And in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angel. Commander General Yahweh. The general. The captain. The officer. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be. Sar, which means turn. Shah. Yeshua. Last time we ended off in Genesis chapter 48 and verse 14. We were reading through Joseph's story, where Joseph has now revealed himself to his brothers, and his father now knows he's alive. So we're going to start off in Genesis chapter 48, verse 15. In the Hebrew first, and then in the English. Barak, Av, Yahsah, Amar, Alahayim, Ashar, Hasa, Hala, Lakwa, Abathya, Lapanyawa, Abarham, Wayatazakwak, Alahayim, Hariha, Athya, my Wadya, I, Hayawam, Azab, verse 16. Hamala'ak, 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 Haga'al, Afia, Makal, Rai. And Rai is actually one of the words we went over. Rai means evil. Yabarak, Af, Hanayr, Aryan, the wiser. Waya Korah, Aham, Shamya, Washam, Abathia, Abarham, Waya Tazakak, Waya Dagwa, Larab, Bakorah, Harataza, verse 17. Verse 17. Wayara'ah, Yawsa, Kaya, Yashay, Yath, Abayawa, Al, Ra'ash, Aparian, Yawa, Wayarai, by young Yoa, Waya Thamak, Yad, Abayawa, Lahasayar, Thab, Mal, Ra'ash, Aparian, Al, Ra'ash, Manashah, that's Manasseh. Verse 18. Wayamar, Yawsa, Al, Abayawa, La'ah, Khan, Abaya, Kaya, Zah, Habakar, Shayam, Yamyamka, Al, Ra'ashwa, verse 19. Wayama'an, Abayawa, Wayamar, Yadaithya, the boxer, Wanya, Yadaithya, Gum, Hawa'ah, Yahaya, Ayam, Wagam, Hawa'ah, Yagadol, Walam, Akiwa, Hakwatan, Yagadol, Mamnawa, Mala'ah, Hagayawam, verse 20. Wayabarakam, Wayawam, Hahai, Wa'ah, Mawar, Wakah, Yabaraka, Yashala, La'amar, Yashamka, Alahayim, Pariam, Nasha, Wayasham, Af, Pariam, Lapanya, Manashah, verse 21. Why Amar, Yasha'Allah, Al, Yawsa, Hanab, Hanakia, Mouth, Yahweh, wait, yeah, so, no, Wahayat, Salaki, Wahayat, Salaki, sir, Alahayim, Al-Makam, Wahashayah, Afkam, Al, Aratazah, Abathikam, that's it.
Genesis chapter 48, verse 15. And he blessed Joseph and said, the Most High before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, the Most High which fed me all my life long unto this day. 16. The angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them, and the name of my father Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. 17. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. 18. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn, with thy right hand upon his head. 19. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. Wow. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. 20. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, the Most High make thee as Ephraim and Manasseh. And he set Ephraim before Manasseh. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, I die, but the Most High shall be with you, and bring you again unto the land of your fathers.
I wanted to just add from that reading that you notice that this shows that the inheritance that the Most High promised to Abraham and Isaac and then to Jacob was very important, that it was passed on now to Joseph's sons, which dispels the Christianity theory that anybody could be part of this inheritance. It was a bloodline, because you notice they didn't include anybody in Egypt while they were in Egypt into that bloodline. It was specifically for Israel. And you notice that the Israel, before he even died, Jacob, he said that he will take me out of here into that land. So this dispels the Christianity theory that it's for everybody. Amani? The war, present thyself.
No war. Ban Yahweh, Ban Yasha'Allah.
No war. Ban Yahweh, Ban Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham. Isha. This is Genesis chapter 48. We're going to continue. Genesis chapter 48. We're doing the Hebrew, starting at verse 22. Come, sir.
Genesis chapter 48, verse 22. Wa'anya, Nathafia, Lakam, Shakam, Akai, Al, Akayak, Ashar, Wako, Kafia, Maya, Amaria, Wakarabia, Wabaquash, Wayabaqua, Shapia, Genesis chapter 49, verse 1. Wayakura, Ya'ikwa, when you are, where you are more. Asapwa. Whatever you do, Makam, Ashar, Yakura, Atakam, Akaria, Yum. 2. Akobatiza. Shemaiwa, Banya, Yaikwa, Shemaiwa, Yasha Allah, Abayakam. 3. Ra'abon, Karya, Atha, Kakaya, Wayasha, or Ashya. Our Naya, your thought, Sha'ah, or your thought, Isaac, 4. Bakaz, that's his love, right?
Come.
Bakaz, come a young, the thought, Kaya, Aliyah, Masukabia, Abayak, Azar, Allah, the height is a Y, Yat is a Y, Allah, 5. Shemai, Simeon.
Okay.
Uluyah, Akayam, Kuluyah, Kamas, Makaraf, Yaham. 6. Saddam, Makahab, Mapashia, Makuhalam, Khad, Mabadia, Yah, Ba'ipam, Harugal, Yash, Ugarak, Ugar to Zanam. I what? Shawar.
Genesis chapter 48, verse 22. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. 49.
This is the trial. This is going to this chapter. This point out. This chapter is going to give you the characteristics of each tribe. You understand? It's going to help you identify, not just alone, but with other biblical facts or what have you in history, who the lost 12 tribes of the nation of Israel are. This chapter gives you supporting evidence of the vibe of each tribe. You understand?
Come.
Go ahead.
Genesis 49 and 1.
I ain't saying that.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said, Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Gather yourselves together, and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power. Verse 4, unstable as water, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defilest thou it. He went up to my couch. 5, Simeon and Levi are brethren, instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Hey, let me just break that down. I don't know about the root. But the instruments of cruelty, if you ever been down there, it's ridiculous. Okay, very cruel. Voodoo and all that stuff, those are instruments of cruelty. What they did to the French, they used instruments of cruelty. You understand? Come. Simeon and Levi, all right? These are characteristics that you can use to help identify the lost tribe of the nation of Israel. And, what's the significance of Simeon and Levi? Why are they together in this verse?
What they the ones that consulted together to destroy Shechem when it came to the sister dying?
Well, look at it today. Maybe you can go to they on the same goddamn island. You understand? They on the same island. Simeon and Levi. That ain't by all of a sudden and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, y'all just move.
Oh, so let's look at it. That ain't just by mistake, okay?
Come.
Okay, go ahead.
6, O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly, mine honor. Be not thou united, for in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall.
Use referencing. So you was referencing that part.
Come.
Hey,
this is now, we're going to Genesis 49, starting in verse 7 in the Hebrew first, and then we're going into the English. Slide. A reward upon Slaki. Kaya, Isaac, why Bartham, Kaya, Queshatha, Akalaquam, Bayaiqua, Yatazam, Bayasharala, Sa, Yahawada, and that's Judah. Atha, Wak, Akyaka, Yadka, by Rock, Ayabaka, Yashathak Wawa, Laka, Bunya, Abayaka, verse 9, Gawar, Araya, Yaham, Wada, Mata, Wak, Bunya, Alyath, Karai, Rabatazah, Ka'araya, Wakala by Ya'a, Maya, Yakway Yum Nawa, verse 10. La'a, Yasawar, Shabbat, Mayahawada, Wama Kakwak. Well, I think it's Maya Kakwa. Quack. Quack. Mabayan. Ragal Yawa. I. Kaya. Yaba'a. Shayala. Walawa. Yakwahath. Imayam. Verse 11. Asaria. Lagapun. Ayara. Wala Shar.
When it's what at the end, you don't want to say like
Come.
you don't want to say what you want to say like now you say all, you want to say like raw.
When it's a hot damn.
When it's a what.
Come.
Like if the run or what, if there's a what connected to something that has a different pronunciation, then it would have a at the end.
Come.
You're not saying the what, but it's like, you know how it's like when you're saying we're all born, it's like you got that all
come.
rather than the I. Try to change it to a all more than the I.
Okay.
Like when, if it said, okay, you said you had Ayara, you want to bring it a raw because it's a raw.
Ayara.
Raw. If that is connected to.
Come. So there's a word that ends like a raw, so it's not
All
all.
rather than rock.
Come on, raw,
Rather than the ox. All.
wall, all.
Come, sir.
That's all.
Come, sir. But yeah, Afnuwa, Kabash, Bayayan, Labash wall.
So like bosh wall.
Verse 11 with the, like maybe Labash wall. Would it be like that? Labash wall? Labash wall? Labash wall.
Not every time.
Come.
The actual adjective.
Come, sir. Well, but dumb. Ainabyo. So a thought. Verse 12. Kakol yala. Yalaya. So Ayanyam. Mayayan. Laban. Shanyam. Makala. Pa. Verse 13. Zabalam. Lakawat. Yamyan. Yashkan. Wa'a. Lakawat. Ana Yawath. Wayara Kaswa. All. So you're done. So.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 7. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Judah is the so-called Negro.
Come.
You understand?
Come.
Right? And this specific tribe is, looked up to over heaven, all right? And it says, thou shalt be in the neck of thy enemies. Can anybody break that down or comprehend that? When it, excuse me, when it says, they shall be in the neck of thy enemy. No? Oh, you can give it a try.
With the so-called Negro, black man in America, we're like kind of like in the midst of, like at the center of the center of our oppressor, right? Up here in America.
That's exactly the brother, right? That's exactly what it means. It's like when you look at most of the tribes, and as a whole, most of the tribes are together and separate from their oppressor. Like we're like this with the white.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? We like clinging on to them. We in it like with them like that. You understand? They are neighbors.
Come.
You know what I mean? We go to work, we see them everywhere we go to the same group. I mean, we in a society webbed in like
Come.
in the neck of our enemies. You understand?
Come.
Let's see.
children shall bow down before thee. 9. Judah is a lion's whelp.
That's why, all of you about to. That's why, okay. That's our, you want to call it, that's our, every tribe got like this. I don't want to say standard, but like something you look at it and recognize that's Judah. That's a line to us. They're rolling the dice. The dice, that's Levi. Unicorn, that's Ephraim, or what have you. Judah got the lion. You understand? Each tribe got something. Go ahead.
Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion, and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah.
Okay, stop. What's the scepter? Anybody know what a scepter is? A scepter is something. Go ahead. What's this?
Isn't it the word for like, isn't it other word for demon?
Say it again.
Isn't it the word for demon?
Demon? No. A scepter. A scepter, go ahead.
A scepter is something a king holds.
Exactly. You see that picture of King James? You see what he got in his hands? I think that's a scepter. Like a pole. Or something that, shows his authority, his rank, or what have you. It's a scepter. You got one in his hand right there. Yeah, that's another King James one? Looks it's another king. Well, y'all can't see it online, but look at pictures of kings or what have you, men in authority or what have you. They'll have a staff or a pole. That's a scepter. You understand? And often, they would use some shit like this on the shoulders and shit. I don't know when that came, but they do stuff like that or what have you. Or point at somebody, like come up with something like that. The head nigga in charge got that. Everybody understand?
Come on.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah. What is significant about this? The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Somebody in authority is in the line of, I don't want to give it away.
Well, this point to the royal line going to like David and to Yahushua.
That's exactly what it's talking about. It's talking about Christ. This specific part. It ain't that royal bloodline, King David all the way down to Christ. This is what this is talking about. So what the hell is it? Like it's all over the Bible.
Come on, sir.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta dissect it and understand what you read. Writing it down, the skeptic. This is talking about somebody in authority within the tribe of Judah. This directly correlates with King David on down to Yahushua. It ain't going to depart from Judah. You understand? King David was a Judite. Yahushua is a Judite. The tribe of Yahweh. This is talking about that. Go ahead.
The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. 11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine. He washeth, he washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes. 12. His eyes shall be red with wine, and his teeth white with milk. 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon.
Hold on. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what. Guatemala to Panama. Read that part again. This is important. Like I said, like it's all they go ahead. You want
Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea.
haven of the sea. You go down there to Guatemala, Panama, understand that port is ridiculous. It's not even ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The what's that canal? Yeah, the Panama Canal. Yo, you gotta understand how many billions of dollars of merchandise run through that port every week. Everybody understand?
Come.
This is another characteristic. It's a haven of ships. Guatemala, Panama. It is real, I don't want to get wicked on it, but I'm not even talking about that. But, that's what's going on down there.
Come.
Haven of ships, border. Go ahead.
And he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon.
Money? Ayasha, present thyself.
Yasha, Baghdad, Yasha.
Shop. Shop. Genesis chapter 49, verse 14, 1 through 20.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 14. Shakar, Kamar, Garam, Rabba Tazar, Bayan, Hamashapathium, 15. Uyara'ah, Manakar, Khayar, Tawar, Wa'ah, Ha'arataza, Khayar, Na'aymar, Wayat, Shakamwa, Asabal, Uyahaya, Ramas, Ibad, 16. Done. Nadayan, I'm a war. Ka'akar, Shabbatya, Yasha Allah, 17. Yahaya, Don, Lakash, Alya, Aliyah, The Rock, Shapayapan, Aliyah, Iraq, Anashaka, Aquabia, Sawas, Uyapal, Wakabwa, Akawar, 18. Is that
What?
18?
I have a show wife cup. Where's your wife cup? Where's your wife cup? Or ice cup?
Yeshua Aika. For Yahweh. Yahweh. 19. God. The why. Daniel. Your God. Aqua. 20. Shaw. Samana. Wakamwa. Wa'a. Your son. My Danya. Lot. 21.
I'm sorry, 14. Sorry, right here. 14.
And what verse?
49 verse 14.
Isupk is a char. Isupk is a strong.
Issachar is the so-called Mexicans. Go ahead. Continue. Issachar?
Isupk is a strong ass.
Strong what? S, right? That's what it says?
Yeah.
Like a donkey. You understand? That's their emblem, or what have you. Why is that? Why they, look at their characteristics. The hardest workers on the earth. Good.
Sir. The Bmore was known for carrying very strong, heavy weights or burdens.
Exactly. And that's what Issachar does, everybody understand.
Come.
That's the characteristics of the so-called Mexicans. Their strength. You understand? Their ability to work strenuously. You understand?
Come, sir.
That's Issachar. Everybody can see that. Everybody in the earth recognizes that.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the Mexicans became what kind of essential workers? All of a sudden, they became essential workers due to coronavirus. You understand?
Come.
Why is that? Because they the ones that's really working. You understand? Edomite, our so-called oppressors, they not as strong as an ass, as an ox, as a donkey, as our people are. Everybody understands that.
Come.
Continue.
Crouching down between two burdens.
Crouching down between two burdens. You understand?
Come.
That's Issachar. Able to withstand pressure and work and duties. Continue.
Verse 15. And he saw that rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Verse 16. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Verse 17. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path that bitteth the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backwards. Verse 18. I have waited for thy salvation, O Lord. Verse 19. Glad a troop shall overcome him.
Gad is the so-called North American Indians. Everybody understands that.
Come on.
When you think of a North American Indian, or the so-called natives of America, you think warriors, you think soldiers, you think troops. That's what Gad is, everybody understands.
Come.
A troop will overcome. There will be a day when Gad gets his revenge. When the Lord gives them that opportunity, everybody understands.
Come.
A troop will overcome. That's Gad. Everybody understands that.
Come.
Go ahead.
Overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last.
He shall overcome at the last. Meaning this will happen. This will happen. Everybody, I see what's going down in Washington, right? The so-called Washington football team. That's what they call it now. But listen, that Indian head is a symbol of murder. You understand? Our oppressors used to cut Israelites' heads off as a symbol of success. That's where the Indian head comes from. They cut off our heads and put them in jars and showcase them. Go ahead. But guess what? Listen. The Lord is going to put justice in the earth. Let me just say that. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and
Asher. Who's Asher? Who's a Shaw? Colombians. Look on the map. Look, Colombia all the way down to Uruguay. I can never pronounce that. Uruguay. Okay, look on the map. All of that, that's a Shaw. Go ahead.
his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal deities.
You understand? All them Spaniards was going down there, stealing up all the gold and the riches. You understand? They got movies about it. Anybody ever seen Land of Eldorado and all that garbage? No, I didn't.
You talking about the cartoon?
Yeah.
Come.
They was going down there in South America trying to steal all the goddamn gold.
Come.
And they still down there drilling. Man. A bunch of gold and wealth down there. I ain't like Africa. They've been up in Central South America for years.
Wait, didn't it?
Okay, go ahead.
Mayagala, present thyself.
Mayagala, Bangga, Bayashal.
Mayagala, Bangga, Bayashal.
Yahweh Yasha Baktam.
Yahweh Shimya Shabakta. Shop. Genesis chapter 49, verse 21. Nephthalia, Ayala, Shalakah, Hanathan, Amaria, Shapar, verse 22. Bun, Parath, Yabasah, Bun, Parath, Alia, Ayan, Banawath, Tazaida, Alia, Shawar, verse 23. Verse 23.
Scroll down. You want a blue letter?
Come.
Scroll down and try to get the root word. You might have a root word that helps you out. You want to add.
Come. What was our first one? 23. 23, yeah. Wayamar, Rahawa. Rahawa. Come. So why, sir?
Williamar Rahawa.
Wayamar Rahawa. Why, sir? Warawa. What is that? Wayashad Tam Mahawa. Wayasham Tam Mahawa. Baalia, Katazayam, verse 24, with a shah, Yathan, Quashafwa, Wayapazwa, Wapazawa, Zariah, Yadayawa, Mayadya, Abayar, Yaikwa, Masham, Raya, Aban, Yasha'ala, verse 25. Ma'al, Abiyakah, Wayai Zerak, Wayai Zerak, Wa'af, Shaya, Wayabarak, Wayabaraka, I think it's Wayabaraka, Barakas, Shayam, Ma'al, Barakas, Thawam, Rabbatazaf, Fakas, Barakas, Shayam, Warakam, verse 26. Barakas, Abiyakah, Gabarwa, Al, Barakas, Hawarya, Ai, Awas, Gabais, I will lump, Yayan, La Ra'ash, Yawasa, Walaquadak, Slaki, Walaquadaquad, Nazayar, Akua, verse 27. Oh, Slaki, verse 27. Banyamya, Za'ab, Yatarak, Babakor, Ya'akal, Aid, Walaira, Yakalak, Shalak. That's it.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 21. Naphtali is a hind let loose, he giveth goodly words. Verse 22. Joseph is a fruitful even a fruitful by a well, whose branches run over the wall. Verse 23. The archers have sorely grieved him and shot him at and hated him. Verse 24. But his bow abide in strength, and arms of his hands were made by strong hands of the mighty of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Verse 25. Even if by God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven. Above blessings, the deep that lieth under blessings of the breast of the womb. Verse 27. The blessings in the breast of the womb. Verse 26. The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors unto the almost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of Joseph, and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren. Verse 27. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
Body. Isupk, present thyself. Isupk, Ban Yahweh, Ban Yasha'ala. Isupk, Ban Yahweh, Ban Yasha'ala. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Brakatuh. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Brakatuh. Chuck. Genesis chapter 49, verse 28. Call. Allah. Shabbataya. Shabbatya. Yashar. Shalayam. Aishar was a up. Aishar, the bar. Laham, Abiyaham, Barak, Awak, Awatham, Ayash, Aishar, Kabara, Kathava, Kabara, Kafa, Barak, Atham, Ratham. 329. Waya Tazawa, Awa, Awatham, Waya Amar, Alaham, Anya, Sa, Nayasa, Al, Maya, Anya, Kobarwa, Athia, Al, Abadia, Al, Hama, Ira, Aisha, Bashada, Ipara, Iparwan, Akapia. Verse 30. But Ira, Ashar. Verse 30. From Ira, Ashar, Bashada, Hamakapola, Ashar, Al, Panya, Mamara'a, Barataza, Kana'ain, Ashar, Quana, Abraham, As, Hashada, Ma'as, run, Aparum, Hakya, La'achazas, Babar, verse 31. Shema, Kabarwa, As, Abraham, Wa'as, Shara, Ashafwa, Shema, Kabarwa, As, Yatazakat, Wa'as, Rabakwa, Ashafwa, Washema, Barathia, As, La'a, verse 32. Makwana, Hashada, Wahamaira, Ashar, Mawa, Ma'as, Bunya, Kaf, verse 33. Wayakal, Yaikwa, Latazawas, As, Manyawa, Waya Asak, Regalia, All, Hamata, Waya Go, Wai, Waya Asak, All, I'm a Yawa. Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. Waya Paul, Yamsa, Al, Panya, Abiyawa, Waya Bak, Al Yawa, Waya Shak, Lawa. That's it. Genesis chapter 49, verse 27, verse 28. All these are of the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is it that their father spake unto them, and blessed them. Everyone according to his blessing he blessed them. Verse 29. And he charged them, and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. Verse 30. In the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham brought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for a possession of a burying place. Verse 31. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife. And there I buried Leah. Verse 32. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. Verse 33. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the spirit and was gathered unto his people. Genesis chapter 50, verse 1. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him.
Amani, Vayaka Allah, present thyself.
Mike Allah, one God, one yourself.
Vayaka Allah, one God, one yourself.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Isupk. This is Genesis chapter 50, verses 2 through 8, first in the Hebrew. Waya Tazawa, Yawasa, off. I Badyuwa, off. Harapa ayam, lakanat, off, abiyawa, wayakanatwa, ayam, off, Yasha'ala, verse 3. Wayamala la'awa, wayamala awa, salaki. Lawa, arabayim, dawam, kaya, khan, yamala awa, yamya, hakanatyam, wayam, Bakwa, Athwa, Matazarium, Shabayim, Yawam, verse 4. Wayai Barwa, Yamya, Bakayathwa, Wayab Dabar, Yamsa, Al, Bayath, Paraiha, La'amar, Ama, Na'a, Mataza'afya, Khan, by Yan Yakam, the Barwa, Na'a, Ba'azanya, so I can. Paraiha, La'amar, verse 5. Abiyah, Hashabayanya, La'amar, Hana, Anakia, Af, Bakwabaria, Ashar, Kariathia, Leah,
Baratazah, Kana'aim, Shema, the Quabariwanya, Waitha, Allah, Na'a, Wa'akwabara, As, Abiyah, Wa'ashawaba, verse 6. Wayamar, Pariah, Allah, Wakwabar, As, Abiyakah, Ka'ashar, Hashabayayka, Hashabayayka, Yaal, Yabasa, Lakwabar, As, Abiyawa, Aliwa, Aswa, Kal, Ibadya, Pariah, Zaquanya, Bayaswa, Wakal, Zaquanya, Aratazah, Matazarian, verse 8. Wakal, Bayas, Yarasa, Wa'akyawa, Wabayas, Abayawa, Rakwa, Tapam, Watazanam, Wabakwaram, Izabwa, Baratazah, the Shun.
Genesis chapter 50, verse 2. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father, and physicians embalmed in Israel. And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed and embalmed. The Egyptians mourned for these were 10 days. Therefore, and when the days of mourning were past, Joseph spoke unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die in my grave, which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan. There shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. Verse 6. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury thy father, according as he made thee swear. Verse 7. And Joseph went out to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt. Verse 8. And all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and his father's house, only their little ones, and their flocks, and their herds, left in the land of Goshen.
Amani?
La Yasha'ala.
Amani? Wapanya Hakwadam. Rise and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in the English. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malach Mafka, Laba'ah, Matazayaka, Hayah, Ashab, Barakazah, Kawa, Hayah, Shemayim, Nathan Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawak now, Kasalak now, Kabawak now, Wala'ah, Tabi'ai now, but in the Sayawan, Abal, Babashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'allah, Wahafapa'arah, La'ai Walamyam, Aman.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
From thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is Hakak, the power. First in the Hebrew, then in the English. Yahweh. By Hashem. Yahweh Shah. Baruch Shah. Nathan Lanau. Hakak. Laraba'ah. Kamaka Allah. Wakal Manawa. Hakak. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakak. Lahakim. Hamakim. Hakak. Araka'awaf. Hatama'ala. Lord Rasham, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Tawada, Aman.
In English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you. So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, then in the English. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharya, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Ma'ai, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Ra'arakazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Ragalka, Al-Yanawam,
Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shalomar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazolka. Al-Yah. Yamyaka. Yamawam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Makorah. Yashamar. Athnapashka. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'afka. Wa'aka. Ma'asa. Wa'awalam. Amon.
In the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From which cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. Which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall not slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore. So be it.
Sar, which means to turn. Yishah. Men of Israel. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat. Amadi. Barak. Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat Thumb. Sar, which means to turn. Yasmata. Sar, which means to turn. Amadi ladies. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat. Amadi. Barak. Yahweh Shema Adabah Shem Yahshua.
Yahweh Shema Adabah Shem. Shalom Yahweh.
Shalom.
Shalom Yahweh Adabah Shem Yahweh.
Yasmata. Class is missed.
Put these chairs up. Why y'all? Put them chairs up.